My state of Utah is cracking down on electric bikes, especially high-speed electric bikes, and it could be coming to your state next. Very probable, I think. So yeah, as of May 1st, 2024, that's when these laws take place. But I'm going to guess that this same sort of copy-paste kind of lawmaking will come to any other state next, because I'm also going to guess that this law initially came from perhaps New York or Oregon or something like that. But you may have noticed that I'm guessing a little bit here because I'm not a lawyer and you are not getting legal advice from somebody on YouTube. I put some links in the description below for the stuff on Utah. You can click on those, check it out, and make your own choices. But let's go ahead and move forward, taking a look. Now, if I understand right, Class 1, 2, and 3 electric bikes only have some minor, but still some changes that could affect people. And there is a clarification for Class 3 electric bikes that is pretty important. So the standing rule is Class 1 pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2 adds a throttle into that. Class 3 goes up to 28 miles an hour. But now the Utah state law clarifies that a Class 3 electric bike does not have a throttle, even up to 28 or even up to 20. No throttle at all. In the past, I've heard people say that a Class 3 e-bike could go up to 28 miles an hour with a throttle, even though that was sort of a murkier side of the gray area. But now, at least for the state of Utah, it is crystal clear. So inside these parameters, yes, Class 1, 2, and 3, those are legal bicycles. Now, it's a little bit roundabout because according to the Utah Code for Motor Vehicles, Title 41, Chapter 6A, Section 102, the definition of the term electric assisted bicycle, which is what we're talking about in the broad document, is a legal bicycle. Now, it sounds pretty simple, but things are going to get really weird starting right now. Also, in this same legal category of an electric assisted bicycle, it needs to have a motor that, quote, has a power output of not more than 750 watts. So this says that 750 itself, that exact number is okay, and anything above that is not inside the definitions. Right? Right? So below the other requirements, we have, quote, permanently affixed cranks that were installed at the time of the original manufacturer. I'm really not sure what they're getting at here because this is really strange. The crank is a specific piece of a bicycle. It's actually this piece right here. Now, it's constantly moving, so permanently affixed, I don't know what they mean. Sometimes the crank on any bicycle will get bent or more often swapped out for a different size or preference, so trying to make these permanently attached to the bike is just not going to work. Let me know if you have a comparison for this. My thought is that it's like trying to demand that a horse has that mask over its face at all times. So it will work and it will like improve safety, I guess, but at what cost? I mean, even a slight examination, this idea sort of falls apart. Now, the most bizarre part about this is that cranks don't really change between electric or non-electric bikes. It's like trying to cut down on underage smoking by mandating that one side of a cigarette be glued to a counter at all times. But yeah, I don't know why they did the cranks. They could have said the grips or maybe the pedals. I don't know. So I wish that was the end of the things that kind of bother me, but it's not. Now, looking a bit lower, we've got some other exclusions, things that are not electric bicycles. And it says that an electric assisted bicycle does not include, it can't have, quote, the ability to attain the speed of 20 miles per hour or greater on motor power alone. Hold on, if you go back to the legal electric assisted bicycle definition, it says that 20 miles an hour was fine. The next line says that it can't be, quote, equipped with a continuous rated motor of 750 watts or greater. So just a second ago, we said that it could not be greater than 750. Now it says 750 or greater. So does that mean that we all have to go down to 749 watts? Am I not understanding this correctly? I really hope that this is just a clerical error and there's some goofy thing about like the law or something, because the way that I'm reading it now, it seems contradictory. We're talking about things that could potentially be penalized with fines or imprisonment if it really escalates, maybe someday. And I wouldn't want that to hinge on something that's unclear. I mean, the law would never do that, right? This also excludes other bikes based on, quote, multiple operating modes and a throttle that has one or more modes which exceed 20 miles per hour on motor power alone. Now, my first thought was like, what? Are you going to put a throttle on a throttle? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But then I remembered there is at least one case where this does occur, and that is cruise control. So some electric bikes have a cruise control feature where you twist the throttle to get it up to speed and then hit a button or something like that, and then it will maintain that speed without having to actively keep your wrist flicked or the button pressed or something. So that is a second mode aside from throttle that will maintain 20 miles an hour or whatever on motor power alone. So yeah, they actually got a pretty good catch there. So that's an important clarification. But let's go ahead and take a look at number 58, because it clarifies that what they're calling a programmable electric assisted bicycle is still an electric assisted bicycle and therefore still a bicycle. So we got bike, and then electric assisted bike, and then programmable electric assisted bike. This really functionally doesn't change much of anything, because it says that the programmable version of this legal bicycle can conform to the now established class 1, 2, and 3 system, and that's virtually every single electric bike, because they can all change levels of assist or just be turned all the way off. So, I mean, it is a clarification that some people might find useful, but at least for me, it's literally everything. So yeah, okay. All right, so this is the one that really verbs my noun, I'll put it that way. At the bottom of the bill is a big new section that directly targets manufacturers and retail sellers of electric bikes that are outside of the class 1, 2, 3 category. It basically says that if you sell or make a bike outside that Utah definition, then you have to shout it from the rooftops. The state of Utah has written up this warning on screen, and they say that it has to be in capital big letters and all that stuff. And it basically says this is not a legal electric bike. So the reason why I see this as a big deal is because they don't want it on only the bike itself. That's not terribly surprising. Utah is also demanding that it be placed in equal size to the bicycle description on, quote, any advertising materials, online website, or social media post. So I see this as a problem because the issue of high-speed electric bicycles has, in my opinion, been totally overblown, confused, and honestly misrepresented. When I look at the data, it doesn't strike me as a big risk for the United States or even just for the state of Utah. I did a video on this recently. You can check that out with a little white card above here. I just get the feeling that the state of Utah is treating bicycles outside this definition as if they are cigarettes. Like they have this accumulated and concealed risk of disease that's totally imperceptible to the user. Now, I understand that the capabilities of a bicycle should be very clearly told to the rider, but putting a big label on it that looks like the Surgeon General's warning, to me, that just, it seems punitive almost, like these high-speed electric bikes are getting away with murder and we have to stop them while still being in some relative semblance of offering liberty for consumer choice. I don't know, I'm just really bugged about this, probably because it hits so close to home. I mean, literally, in my state here, it doesn't really affect what I can do with an electric bike because those laws have already existed for a while, but it does change the consumers going forward, the people who are going to be buying electric bicycles. So if I had a shop that sold high-speed electric bikes in the state of Utah, I'd be annoyed that I have to get these big warnings and everything, but I don't think this is going to be the end of it. And I wonder if this is going to happen around other states too. I don't look at state e-bike laws at a granular level all that often, but you can let me know in the comment section what I should consider and what I should look at, because I'm starting to wonder if I need to make this a regular thing, discussing state laws in different states. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who would want to know this, and that would be good job security because the laws changed and I'd just be making these videos forever. In any case, I've got some really cool stuff coming to the channel very soon, including some traveling, and you're going to come along with me too, so it's going to be fun. I'm Mikey for Blue Monkey Bicycles, and I will see you on the later.